Hey there, it's Ken and Elizabeth, and
Hello.
we both just had our minds blown by a film that Michael Moore was the executive producer for. It's not one of his directed pieces, and shoot, I will just put his name of the director down below here, but he did a brilliant job, even though he's very hard to listen to. His voice is so boring. At first, you got to sort of get used to the fact that he talks in a monotone and he sounds like maybe he needs some antidepressants. Because I think he's so depressed about the human situation.
It's called Planet of the Humans.
Yeah, like Planet of the Apes, but Planet of the Humans. What's amazing about the movie in a nutshell is that it just dispels the whole myth of the green ecology movement and Earth Day and all these things that have been going on, that it's been commandeered by the capitalists.
Yeah, I'm
And
sure there's millions of people who really have their hearts in this right place.
yes,
But this exposed the Sierra Club and Bill McKibben and Al Gore and their connections to Goldman Sachs and their connections to the forestry industry.
yeah, you'll understand why the Amazon rainforest is being knocked down, because there's all this biomass energy that's been, you know,
It is the,
sold as a green energy, but it's
yes.
really just cutting down trees.
Mm-hmm. And then they plant crops that they can turn into biofuel, which they have to use fossil fuels in order to produce the biofuel out of the plants.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't really end up being less uh, resource wasting.
Well,
But
yeah,
anyway, it
but
was shocking to see that Gore really was co-opted and was working directly with David Blood at Goldman Sachs,
mm-hmm.
and they were selling green investments. And not so long ago, Al sold his company to Al Jazeera, who Al
Oil
Jazeera is an
backed.
oil-backed
Yeah,
country's news service.
yeah.
And he said he had no conflict of interest concerns about that.
The movie doesn't offer any solution except that facing the truth is better than living in an illusion. And it's interesting. Just a few nights ago, I had a real strong connection to Gaia, and she was saying that um, this is a living organism, this planet, and she is real. Call her Mother Nature, call her whatever you want. It's a feminine energy because the feminine energy is what births all creatures on this planet
Into matter.
into matter, and takes it from the ethers out there and brings it and focuses it into a reality. And what she said just fits so much with this movie, because she said humanity is to her an experiment that she's been working on to create a conscious being that would care for this planet and really nurture it. And we have totally failed in that role by following leaders who, whether they're of the liberal slant or the conservative slant, um,
They're profit driven.
they're profit driven.
It's profit driven.
And
Absolutely.
greed is the common denominator. There's all these talks about an Illuminati and conspiracy theories and all that kind of thing. I've never believed in that. There are clubs and there are people that do work together. There's no question about that. But it's not a
Hmm.
big master thing in my mind, because it's all a conspiracy of greed. That's really what they all operate on. And that's why when they get into these clubs, it doesn't matter whether they're right or left. This is a safe place for them to sort of let their guard down, right? And just,
Let their evil shine
let their evil shine.
and get patted on the back and called champions and have it branded as
Oh, what great marketing.
marketed and branded as
Yeah,
something wonderful.
brilliant marketing. But the real heart is not there. The heart of, like, protecting our trees. I have a movie called We Are the Dreams of Trees, and literally, if we destroy the trees, we will cease to exist, because the trees will not be dreaming us anymore. I mean, they create the air that we breathe, and it's insanity what we're doing right now in the name of capitalism. While we're in this COVID shutdown, where we've sort of stepped back and just slowed down, the skies have been healing, the oceans have been healing, and it's amazing what we're seeing is that maybe we can get off this hamster wheel. What are your feelings on that, Elizabeth?
Everyone's learning detachment in a way that is very primal. And learning really what is at their core, and having to look at that, and I think hopefully grow it. And so, after we watched this film, it was extremely sad film. And after we watched this film, we had a conversation, and I just want to remind you of that conversation where we were talking about it's just so important to maintain the balance in your own energy field, to recognize that all you can do is your own personal action, and be a field of creating possibility of something else, something new, by your way of living and by your way of processing this, and holding an energy for other people to be able to expand and see new opportunities for themselves, and just try to hold that energy for ourselves and create that as an anchor on the earth, and in the collective consciousness.
Not to lose hope in humanity. We're a brilliant species, and Gaia did bring us out of the swamps and the ocean to do something, to spread this, wisdom and knowledge. We're totally lost right now.
If you believe that we're just evolved.
Biological.
No.
You mean, or what do you mean?
We didn't just come out of the muck here. I think humanoids arrived, but yeah.
Okay, well, you're getting into extraterrestrial stuff, which I love. Anyway, watch the movie, but don't let yourself fall into the defeatism that's sort of in the movie.
And just live as much as you can in your own way, as clean and honoring to the earth.
Yeah, and just hold the hope that we will, as a society, wake up to the illusions of the right and the left. We're all really one, and our dog Lincoln included here, who wants to get into the act here.
There he is. Is that better?
Yeah.
All right, we got to get back on our walk.
But
nice to visit with
I
everyone.
just wanted to tell you, 5 stars for this one, but don't fall into depression over it. Don't lose hope.